I hate both of you.
I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Welcome to One Foot on the Ground.
This is Johnny.
This is Ashley.
And
today, we are discussing Anna and the Apocalypse.
Oh, 2017.
There you go. I was going to say 1917.
as our projector comes on, it's
It's a hand cranked film. So the speeds will vary.
So, yeah. Anna and the Apocalypse 2017. John, what is this movie about?
Oh my God. So you recommended this, obviously, for our podcast, and I had to go watch it. And
Yes.
sometimes I feel like you do this on purpose. Like you find these movies where it's like I don't know how to explain this, but it's almost like the Phantom of the Paradise, where I don't know what I was expecting, but that is not what I was expecting. And with this one, I thought, okay,
it goes a while before it shows its true colors.
It does, yeah. It took some time, but the thing that I thought was interesting was because, I mean, I didn't look into it. I had no idea what the movie was about in general, but I knew it was Christmas themed because of a picture of her with a candy cane, and then I realized it had to be like some kind of post-apocalyptic something, like society gone wrong, because, I mean, the title, but also there was blood on her face in the little picture I saw. So I was like, oh, okay, so clearly they're fighting something. So this movie starts, and I'm
they're
thinking
fighting consumerism.
It's
they're not, but
it's like I thought high school and maybe zombies. Let's go with zombies. Who knows? It's going to be something like that. And then it's a musical. So it's like it is a Christmas themed musical about a zombie apocalypse.
Yes.
And the best part about it is that it was good. Like it wasn't just like, because there's been some where it's like, I don't know, like cheesy or something. And in fact, I mean, the lyrics to the first song just, I didn't even listen to them because I was laughing so hard through most of the first song, because I was just like, wait a minute, they're actually singing. I was just not expecting it at all. So it was just perfection. And then it just got better. But it was the I will say at the very, very opening of the movie, and basically what I just described is what the movie's about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a zombie apocalypse. High school's involved, some teenagers.
Yeah,
Anna's obviously a teenager.
Yeah, we follow a teenager who high school's about to end. Christmas is coming up. She has a plane ticket to Australia, and she doesn't know how to tell her dad that she's not going to college. And she's going to backpack across Australia. And,
for a year.
Yeah, and then other things happen.
Yeah, very many things. Fantastic though. But I was, that's what I was going to say, is that right off the bat, like I thought, what am I saying to you? I thought that it was going to be an American film, and that's where I was kind of like, oh God, this is going to be shit. Like, it's just going to be shit, because it's going to be some kind of cheesy Christmas apocalypse movie where it's going to be just like just American. And I know that sounds mean, but it's true. I mean, it just would have been bad. So as soon as they started,
it would have absolutely been something I picked.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, for sure. But but it was the best part about it was like when they started speaking with like an accent, because I didn't know that either. I didn't know that it was not an American film, so I didn't know anything about this. So right off the bat, like when they started speaking with that accent, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. Like it didn't matter. I didn't know it was a musical yet either, but I just knew whatever's gonna happen in this movie is gonna be fantastic because British people just know how to make a good film. Although I don't think it's not
I
technically
think they're in
British, is it? I think
Scotland.
Scotland. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry. Sorry.
it's based on a short.
Did you send me that? I didn't get to watch
I
it.
did, I
Okay.
did. I had meant to send it to you sooner, but I wanted to make sure you had watched the movie first because I knew, like, my favorite part about the movie is that it takes its time to build into what it is. You
Yeah,
know,
it did.
like it's got like it like and it's like at first it feels like a weird high school movie, and then they start singing and you're like, oh, okay, this is like High School Musical, I guess. And then and then, like, you know, suddenly there's like zombies and like a lot of gore, just
Oh
like
yeah.
raining blood, like they like
Yeah.
knock off some dude's head, like when they first encounter a zombie. and and I wanted you to like have that experience because I wanted to know what it was like.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was fantastic. It really was. Like I have to say, and I feel like this kind of vice versa. Like I want you to go into films that you haven't seen without knowing anything about them.
Yeah.
Like what was that one that I specifically made
You
sure
told me not to watch
it's
anything
like do
about.
not tell, don't Google it. What was it? Which movie was
Oh,
that?
I can't remember, and I didn't
You
Google
did
anything
not.
about
No,
it. No.
you
No,
didn't look
there
it up
were a
first.
couple because I think Eraserhead was another one where you were like, just watch it.
Just
Well,
watch it.
we're not gonna talk about what it's about, which I didn't know at the time was nothing. Um,
It doesn't have a plot.
yeah.
Um, which you know what? After doing that podcast episode, I actually don't like that movie. It's like I really don't like this movie.
I love the little baby though.
I mean, I get it and
Yeah.
I appreciate it, but I'm like, I don't really care for this. Like, I don't think I'd ever watch it again now anymore. I've seen it my 2 times. I'm good.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah,
Anyway, whatever movie it
his
was.
son just directed a movie called Possessor. That's really good.
Who?
And
What?
it's Brandon Cronenberg, is that his name?
No, that's David Cronenberg would be his dad. That's a different person. David
Right.
Lynch.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm thinking of Twin Peaks. Pinks?
No, Twin
Peaks.
Peaks was also David Lynch.
I can't separate them.
David Cronenberg is shit, what is he? He's don't tell me. Don't list anything yet. Debbie Harry.
Well, because now I know.
Debbie Harry Videodrome? Is that one of
Yes.
his? Yeah.
And The Fly.
Oh yeah, The Fly. That's right.
The Fly.
Possessor. You mentioned that. I have it on a list I think to watch.
The Fly? You haven't seen The Fly?
No, The Possessor.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think you
The Possessor was
recommended it
good.
to us or something as in our group chat that we have.
Yeah, and nobody replies to those. Nobody ever watches the things.
I mean,
I also
I put-
recommended Anna and the Apocalypse 2 years ago.
Oh, did you really? Oh, that's funny. Well, I'm glad I watched it. I'm so mad that I can't think of what movie I told you not to Google. What have we done recently? I don't even know. You
It
should
wasn't
know.
recent.
Yeah,
It
it
absolutely
was.
wasn't recent.
Wasn't it?
Well, maybe we did double features, so maybe it doesn't feel recent because of that. But anyway,
I don't know. I don't have our back catalog of movies listed here.
I have them. I'm pulling them up right now.
Yeah, I really want to know what it was. I mean, it wasn't The Shining because
No, it wasn't The
you would have
Shining.
already known a lot about The Shining.
It wasn't Rafiki.
No. It wasn't In the Mood for Love.
Mm-mm.
Was it? No, it
Definitely
wasn't
was
that one.
not. Definitely. No, it was a while ago.
Was it really? I could have sworn it was like last week. That's my brain. I don't know what's going on ever, anytime, at all. I don't know what today is.
Like, and it wasn't Citizen Kane because I think you thought I saw Citizen Kane.
Yeah, it was one that I for sure thought that you hadn't seen.
And you were right, I hadn't.
Yeah, you hadn't seen it.
It's not funny, girl.
No.
I cannot think of it. This
Oh
can't
my
be our
gosh.
entire list.
Maybe it was, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, it probably was I think I don't, what am I saying to you? In the Mood for Love. It must have been that. But why would I not want you to Google it?
It definitely was.
I don't know. I'm crazy. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut that bit out.
Oh, great. Now I gotta work.
Oh, it's early in. We're 10 minutes in the podcast.
Watch me leave it in anyway.
Yeah,
You'll never know. You'll never know. Well, some friend is gonna say, "Did you know that John left that in there?"
So I didn't send you the short until after I knew you had watched the movie because I didn't want to disrupt the experience. Yeah. And I really wanted, because I do truly enjoy when you're like, what is this?
Seriously.
Yeah.
And that's the second time I think I've sent you a text while watching. Well, no, that's not the second time. I've done it before, but it was definitely the second most memorable one because I was like, what? Because I really did. I sat down and I thought, oh, good, accents. This is going to be a great production. Whatever it is, they're going to do good. Mm-hmm. And I thought, oh, I'm enjoying this. This is fantastic. And then they start singing. Like, and I was like, yes, yeah. Please.
Yeah. And
more of this.
The short is called Zombie Musical. So it like really gives it away.
It gives it away real quick. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's only like 16 or 17 minutes long. It's less than 20. And it won a BAFTA.
Oh, wow. So, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
Yeah, it is. For those out there, that's like a kind of like an Academy Award. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. And there's people out there like that should have them that don't. It's like we do, like Glenn Close. She probably has a BAFTA.
Probably, definitely, yeah.
Because she's good at her job. Why doesn't America realize that? Anyway, whatever.
In any case, yeah.
Every time I see her making an effort, I'm like, Glenn, baby, come on.
So the guy who created the short, who directed and wrote the short, who had the idea, like I think he's like saw a trailer for High School Musical and he's like, that would be great if like zombies were destroying them, you know? And he was like, I'm gonna do that. And so they made a short and they started writing the movie for the Anna and the Apocalypse, and they have like a lot of the same people working on it. But he had passed away before they finished. I'm pretty sure before they finished the script entirely. Yeah, and so the folks kept working on it and like made it in his honor, essentially, which I thought was nice.
That's beautiful. That makes me happy and sad all at once.
Yeah, and I thought it was nice that it wasn't total trash. Like
it's not. It really isn't.
Yeah. Like it's very like light and fluffy in bits, and like some parts of the plot you're like maybe like you like I wanted a little bit more depth in some of the people, but it didn't kill the movie for me, you know.
No. No, it didn't. I think it worked really well.
Yeah, I thought
Like
so too.
as a whole. I mean, because even, and I tried to articulate this earlier, but to create a musical like this is not easy, and it can go very badly. Like there's a lot of really bad movie musicals where it's like, that's just, I mean, are you kidding me? That's stupid.
Yeah.
But this
Like
one,
where they really wanted the concept to work and they built around
and
the
it just,
concept, but
yeah,
like they really didn't know how.
or they didn't get good songwriters, so the songs were just bad. Like, like don't put me through this. Like, just cut the music. Don't make it a musical. I mean, seriously, people should look at that movie. What was that movie? I'll Do Anything, which Prince was writing music for that, and they cut that and was like, nah, let's make this a romantic comedy. Like, if you can cut Prince music out of your movie, that's how everybody should feel. If your music isn't better than Prince, don't put it in your movie. No, I'm just kidding. That didn't go well. What I'm saying is the songs were great. Like they worked really well. And like the first song, like I said, I was kind of like laughing through most of it, so I wasn't really paying a whole bunch of attention to the lyrics, but
Was the first
visually
song,
and melodically it worked. Like it was a great song.
was it the one where they were in the cafeteria?
Yeah. Wait a
Like
minute, was
this is
it?
not like a Hollywood ending. Maybe not.
Yeah, I can't remember. Maybe.
Like
Yeah, that was it, wasn't it?
yeah, and they're like maybe. I can't remember
Or
because it
was
took
that
a
the
while
second
for the
song?
first song to happen too.
Yeah, it did. It took a while. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. The surprise of it was the best part. Is like, I had no clue. So it was brilliant that I didn't know anything about it. And I'm so
Yeah.
glad I didn't read the synopsis on Hulu either. Like, I can't tell you how happy I am that I just pressed play and didn't read anything. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll
Or
just sit
that
there
you
and read
didn't
that.
like notice like I think the cover, maybe it might be the cover you saw where she's holding up the candy cane. Is it
Hmm.
like a red Christmas tree behind her?
Yeah, that was one of the images. There's like
Yeah, and
two.
the Christmas tree like pine bits that come out is like shadows of hands, like zombie hands, like tore up hands.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, that's
Yeah,
cute.
it is. I
I
was like,
like
oh,
that.
love it.
Um,
Yeah, a lot of it worked. I enjoyed that song, the where they were in the cafeteria and
yeah.
they were like jumping around on top of the tables as every school related musical happens. We got Grease, we got High School Musical. I don't know any other high school related musicals, but I'm sure they all
There's
dance on
got
the
to be
cafeteria
more.
tables.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't dance on the cafeteria table, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, like everyone wanted to do it. These people are just living out their deepest fantasy.
You know, I'm so mad that I can't play a teenager anymore, so I can't live that fantasy.
Why couldn't you? Will Ferrell does it. He
True. I
looks older than you,
actually, if
John.
I shaved and dyed my hair that I have,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
could look pretty freaking young.
I'm pretty sure Will Ferrell just played a teenager in Eurovision.
Well, I think he was supposed to be in his 20s, not a
They had
teenager.
like teen bits, and then he was in his 20s. I think they
Oh,
like
like
did like little
flashbacks or
flashbacks.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
you're right. They could have put
yeah.
a filter on him, I
Superstar.
guess.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
superstar for sure. I mean, he was what, like my age when he did that? So never
yeah.
mind. I can play a teenager. I'm going
That's
to.
right. That's
I'm
right.
going
You
to
can.
next
You can
week.
dance on your
I'm
cafeteria
gonna
tables
dance on
too,
the damn
John.
table.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a spoof of a Goofy movie, and I'm gonna do Stand Out.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun.
That's what
Another
I've always
tabletop
wanted to
dancing.
do. That's the one. That's the song. I don't want it to be any other song. It has to be that one if I'm gonna dance on a table. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving
So
along.
yeah, moving on. And it portrays it presents itself as though because it's talking about like love stories. Anna's going to Australia. Her best friend very much seems into her, and we
See,
know.
I was a little confused about that. I thought he was gay. I thought it was like her gay best friend.
Maybe he really didn't want her to leave though, so maybe he was codependent.
Yeah, I think he liked the protection of having her as his best friend, which is a gay thing to do.
But there was also,
and I felt like he had a lot of tension with some of the dudes. Like, what happened there? What was going on?
I thought it was more of, I'm interested in her, and what's his name? The dude who does the
strikingly attractive dude
with the curly hair.
Yeah.
Who had he had a really good voice, and I was like, oh.
I loved when he did his falsetto. I was like, go for it, dude. Go for it. Because that's a tricky thing to do, and I think he did pretty well. I think he pulled it off.
I thought so too. I was like, oh my, was not expecting that.
I mean, he really did hit that note. That was good.
Yeah, he went hard, and the lesbian, I mean, I can't remember her name either. I don't remember anybody's name except for Anna.
Anna's. I don't remember. John was her best friend. I remember that.
John was her best friend.
Yes. Wait a minute. Did the lesbian have a song?
She sang in the chorus of people. Like,
oh, she did have a little verse, didn't she? Did she have a verse?
She kicked off a few songs. She even kicked off the cafeteria song.
Oh yeah, maybe she did.
Yeah, because like she's upset that her parents are in Mexico and celebrating the holidays without her.
I mean, they probably did now, girl.
Well, no.
Sorry.
Steph was her name.
Was that the lesbian?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. And then the other girl, she did the song in the talent show or whatever, which
that was great. The Santa Baby song. That was like, yeah. It also presents as a teen, like a teen high school movie, and then this song comes, and it is so raunchy.
Oh my god, it was fantastic.
So
with those dudes in the background. Oh, yeah, come on.
And it's like way dirtier than Santa Baby. It goes hard.
Yeah.
And that was great. And she's like singing it to like grandparents in like a talent show.
And I just love some of the parents' reactions, and the audience was like fantastic. They were like, oh my god.
Like, yeah, what? And the people who like went after her were the two penguins that were rapping about fish. What type of fish they like. Halibut.
Oh, that was great. The principal, we haven't brought him, or the headmaster, I guess they call him.
Oh yeah. He, the guy from Game of Thrones, right?
Was he in Game of Thrones?
Wasn't he? I mean, everyone was in Game of Thrones, but
dude,
I'm pretty.
That I looked him up because he looked so familiar, and he actually was in something I recently watched, but I couldn't find any images. I think he looks the same because I feel like he had the same beard. But I looked up pictures of him in other movies. He is a very creative, chameleon-esque kind of person. Like if you saw pictures of him in other things, you'd be like, "That's the same guy." I wouldn't have known that. Like it was weird. Good for him.
Yeah, he had to have been like on the wall.
What do you mean?
He was one of the Brothers of the Night or something in Game of Thrones.
Arthur Savage. Was it Arthur Savage? Was that his name? Or the character's name? Because he doesn't look like himself in his IMDb picture that I'm looking at right now. Like he does not look like himself in this movie. Oh, yes, he was in Game of Thrones.
That's him.
Okay. The Stranger is the show I saw recently that he was in, and that was fantastic. If you haven't seen The Stranger, I highly recommend it. I just randomly watch all these strange UK, Scottish, I don't know, whatever. I feel bad because I know that that's like a thing. Scotland is a separate country, but is it part of the UK? The United Kingdom?
I honestly can't tell you.
I don't know.
I'm not.
I don't want to be disrespectful, and I
too much of a dumb American to.
I know we're stupid Americans. God dang it.
Yeah.
We apologize, Scotland, for lumping you into
European?
that. You're European. There you go. I love European films. And I know they're going to be good and high quality, which is why I watch a lot of your television shows as well, because they are very well done and they don't piss me off by being stupid. Unless it's meant to be stupid, then it's fine. Uh, like Ghosts on HBO Max, which is super fantastic, and I highly recommend that too.
Huh. I'll check it
So
out.
good, so good. Anyway, so yeah.
What did you want to say about the principal?
Oh, he was a jackass from hell. Oh, I forgot. That's what I was going to say. Like, dude, I wanted him dead the second he came on the screen. I mean, he was such a dick. And then I was like, it took way too long for him to die, but then it was so satisfying when he finally went.
Yeah, it was like a boss battle.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
He
it
was
really
on
was.
stage with her dad tied up. He was such a monster. He was such a monster, and I dug that his character went in that direction. Like, ultimately what happens is
yes, I mean,
yeah. When the school shuts down, he already was craving power because what the previous principal was retiring.
Yeah.
And he was like, finally, like, it's all mine. And he like goes on he's on a tyrant rampage.
Ugh.
Just before
such a
the
dick.
lockdown happens.
Such a dick.
Yeah. And so like he needs people to listen to him, and he thinks he's got bright ideas, and he hasn't failed anything yet in his newfound position. It's like day one, and he thinks he's gonna rule like, I don't know, Machiavelli.
Oh God.
Yeah, and he there. It's like what it's like what, the 22nd or the 23rd when we start the movie, right? And
I think so. It's before Christmas break, obviously.
Yeah. Right. Well, they had like the Christmas musical.
Oh yeah, like
and they like
the
break.
What do you
they
call
like
it?
The pageant or whatever.
Yeah, like yeah. What Well, they were still in school though, so it would have been. Because I mean, I don't know. Maybe their breaks are different in Scotland.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're not anywhere near school
Christmas.
near Christmas. Like that whole week you would be off in America anyway.
Yeah.
Would
definitely.
you?
Definitely. Only if you're in an American school. If you work retail, you're working all of it.
Girl, let me tell you something. Being an adult and having holidays is not the same as being a kid and having holidays.
Yeah.
So you learn the hard way for sure.
Yeah, adults go on holidays in the slow season.
Yeah. And not even summer. Cause well, you're busy all the time. God, retail's horrible.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, well, they have like they like go on, they have their pageant, but then like maybe the next day isn't Christmas. Just the principal is enjoying his Christmas dinner amongst the.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, what a fucking dick. What a fucking dick. I just, it was so funny to me that he was surviving, but it also kind of felt oddly correct. Like, well, of course you would, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
like,
well, of course he would sacrifice these people, but like, why? He just went head on into that. He's like, you know what? We need to start making decisions about who lives and who dies. Like,
well, and that's the other thing is like him, like getting the kids to come in, like, oh yeah, your parents are just through here, and then boop, lock the door, zombies, fuck you. And then he sings a song about how happy he is that he's doing this to people. He's so happy. Oh God, I just wanted him to die.
Yeah,
what
well,
a piece of shit.
like, and before the lockdown, he, like, Anna goes into the auditorium to, like, see her friend while they're, like, doing, like, a dress rehearsal for the pageant. And this dude calls everybody to the stage and then, like, tells Anna to do something. And she's like, actually, I'm not in the show. And, like, he, like, says something snarky about her father. She's like, oh, you're the janitor's daughter. Like, she's all that, I guess. Like, oh, your dad cleans my pool. And he was like, oh, yes, I'm going to have him, like, I'll send him your way after I have him scrub my toilets or something. And she's just like, actually, that's not his job. And, like, but, like, he was just, like, unnecessarily mean.
He really was.
For, like, why? Yeah, he was trash. I also wanted him to die. I was like, get him out of here.
And he didn't, like I said, he didn't die soon enough, but he did die well. It was quite lovely when he finally went. When he finally did.
Yeah, and speaking of deaths, because we just went to, like, I don't know, the last one or the second to last one.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the amount of people that died.
Oh gosh, it was like, I mean,
all of them.
Well, I mean, you saw one zombie, like end of day one, basically. You saw a zombie, and I was like, oh shit, it's coming. And then they wake up the next day and start singing a song, and I was like, oh, well, I guess it's not happening yet. And then she starts walking out her house and down the street, and it's all happening behind. Like, it was beautiful how it was revealed by backing that camera up. Like, then you see smoke coming out of a building, like something's on fire in the background.
Somebody falling out the window.
Like, it was fantastic.
Someone trying to get to her for help.
Oh yeah, I mean, and she's sitting there singing the whole time, like not even paying attention to anybody or anything, which would be me. I would have my headphones in and not even realize.
Yeah.
John, stuff's happening. But let me tell you something. If I miss an alien abduction because of it, I'll be pissed. Like, God dang it, take me. Take me.
I could see you ripping it out and be like, oh, good glob.
God dang it, I missed it. I'm like, actually, I don't know. If I'm the only one left, that's kind of nice too. One or the other. Take everybody but me, or take me only.
Yeah. Classic.
Well, you could leave Ashley and Erica. That'd be fine.
Yeah, I mean, we'd still record this podcast.
We'd still record the podcast for aliens.
Yeah, for people with their podcasting apps up in space.
Up in space. In the ship. Do you guys have a port where I can, like, charge my phone?
I know a USB-C? That's not a regular USB.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yes. No, that was brilliant. And I think also, well, it wasn't one take. It would have been probably more impressive if they had one take, but
it was, well, that song was longer. So that one, like, was going, like, it was her going down the street. Yeah, I guess it wasn't one take. There was a long take.
Mm-hmm.
And then they meet up in the cemetery, right? Her and her friend John meet up in the cemetery, and they see a dude who's in a snowman costume who's, like, crawling on the ground, and like, she's asking him if he needs help.
Oh, she's like, I'm first aid, don't worry.
And then he, like, I love that he's like, oh, and she, like, swats him with her bag. And John's like, hey, what are you doing? And she was like, he was reaching for me. like as though he's, like, just some drunk.
Oh gosh. And then I love, even after she decapitates him, she's still like, it's not zombies. The head's, like, sitting there going,
yeah, there's got to be something more logical.
Something more logical than that.
Yeah.
It can't be that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Even though it was really silly, I dug the seesaw decap.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Like, it was just like, Dook,
well, and if you think about it, like, oh, I guess technically speaking,
if they were
wouldn't
rotten.
decapitate somebody for real doing that, would you? You'd hurt them really bad.
Yeah.
But I don't think you would decapitate. But I guess since you're rotting flesh, like, yeah, I guess that would
Yeah, who knows?
decapitate
Maybe those
easier.
bones were already brittle. Who knows how long
But you
he's
know
been
the
a
thing
zombie?
that bothered me the most about most of the movie, not bothered, but just, I mean, I guess me as a person in this situation would be concerned about all the blood. Because I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want contact with all that zombie blood. And they were just, they had it all over them. And she had it in her eye. And then at one
Yeah.
point, the girl was, what was she doing?
And,
She was crying or something. And she was
mhm.
rubbing her eye. And I was like, ooh, girl, don't spread that blood in your eye. Who knows?
I think about that for every zombie movie.
Yeah.
Every one. The only movie that I can think of that reflected that was 28 Days Later. Where like
Oh, yeah, because it was the, yeah, you're right.
it was the blood. Yeah, the homeboy got like blood
In his eye.
Ooh. Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah. But I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's just in their saliva when they bite into them. They're
Yeah,
old
what
and
is
rotten,
what
but
are
they've
the
got
rules?
some chompers.
What are the rules? Because I feel like that, I mean, if this, like, let's say this was a real situation. Of course, we're singing while it's happening. But when that's going on, like, that would be my thing. It's like, oh my God, wash it off, get it off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't let it absorb into my skin or anything. Like, no.
Yeah.
And then I'd get a hazmat suit before I dealt with any other zombie.
I can see, because obviously you're not gonna have, it's like, you know, a very dire situation and there's a lot going on, and I don't think you have a hazmat suit on hand. You could, I mean, I do, you could, but I can see you being like, I don't have anything, I'm gonna put on these boxes and then I'm gonna saran wrap these boxes.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'd figure something out to
Yeah,
go out
just
and
like coming out like like
and put
like,
weapons,
you know, three kids in a trench coat
put
style.
weapons wrapped in there too, so I can jab.
When you did that motion, all I could think of was the spinning, oh, those whisks that have the crank.
Oh yeah, like an egg beating crank or whatever.
Yeah, not like a turkey carver, not like the electric
whisking.
knife.
A whisker, a hand cranked whisker. Gosh, do they still make those? I
Something
actually could
manual.
use one of those. Now
Yeah,
that I
you
think
could
about
really
it, that would
stuff.
be way smarter than getting a electronic one. Anyway, that's a side note. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to Google.
I mean, they sell them at Publix.
Oh, do they really?
Mhm.
Good to know. I want one now.
Hot tip.
Hot tip, just from one foot on the ground, you can get one of those.
Yeah, if you have a Publix.
Publix. If you have a Publix, that's true. Yeah, that's like a Southern thing. Sorry, everybody. Is it just Florida?
No, but it's definitely all over Florida.
Oh yeah.
So I think like it's in some places like North Carolina and Georgia, maybe Louisiana and Texas, but like not a lot. I know they're growing, but it's like on every corner in Florida, and it's the pride of Florida.
Like, well, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, like people.
There's nothing wrong with it.
People will be like, "Oh, like, you know, like best part about your state," and I'm sure people are like, Six Flags or like whatever, or like these like major attractions that people like know about. And like, the only thing I ever hear about Floridians whenever they leave Florida is how much they miss Publix.
Yeah, no joke.
Grocery store.
Everybody's like that. Like everybody that leaves Florida, that is the one thing that they'll mention. Like, I can't get a pub sub. Like,
yeah, can't get a pub sub.
And it's true. You can't. You cannot
get a pub sub. Where did my BOGOs go?
Where are you going to get a pub sub out of, you know? And that's the thing. I don't understand why they haven't done that as a shop yet. Like pub subs. They were going to, I think.
This is such a Florida portion of the podcast.
Sorry, guys.
They had decided they were discussing doing like sandwich shops, like just for pub subs for a bit.
Because it would be smart.
Yeah, because like they know their market. They know if you're going on a picnic, you're going out on a boat, you go like you gathering up with some family at a barbecue or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have like a work event. You're gonna get one of those big ones. You know, they got the little platters of subs. They know their subs rule.
You know, and business-wise, it's smart because you also have like you could have the pub subs and like their little case next to that with like the fried chicken and shit because you're gonna have to have that fried chicken for your the subs.
Those chicken tenders, I don't like fried foods. Publix chicken tenders are literally the best.
Oh, they're so good.
Like, they're light and flaky and delicious. How do they do it? How do they do it? Chicken tender pub sub also exists, also super good.
Yeah, it is. A little too good. I don't usually get that very often. Because
what were we talking about?
I don't know. Now I'm just super hungry.
To Publix. We could start a whole podcast on Publix.
Oh, we probably
just
could.
Huge fans.
We'll just describe a different sandwich every episode. Today we're going to discuss the Italian meatball sub or whatever. I don't know.
That's a good one too.
I honestly only get the one sandwich. I mean, I'll get the chicken tender one every once in a while, but that's not very often. I always get just roast beef. It's super boring.
I mean, I used to get the ultimate, but they also got like good Reuben.
Oh yeah, I never had.
They have good Cubans too.
I just like my roast beef on that bread. Like, and it doesn't matter which bread. All of their breads are good.
Yeah, they got great bread
The whole
options.
wheat, the 5 grain.
You can get it as a wrap, as a salad.
Oh my god, I'm so lightheaded. I haven't eaten today either, for the record. I meant to eat.
Yeah, no,
earlier,
I'm straight up going
happened.
to Publix after this.
I have no more money, so I can't. I will whip up something.
And their generic brand, literally the best.
Oh,
any of it.
It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, that's enough about Publix, I guess. What
Yeah,
were
let's
we
talk more
talking about?
Like decapitations.
How did decapitations come into Publix? What in the world is happening?
Why did we spend like 10 minutes talking about Publix?
I really can't remember. I have no clue.
You know what? Who knows? I'm sure it'll come back up. But yeah, the blood in the eyes, turning people into zombie, blood in the mouth. Yeah, what I really dug is that because again, it took its time showing you what it was. We experienced this apocalypse with Anna.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we didn't know anything she didn't, outside of there being like a zombie outside the school.
Yeah.
You know, or like the world getting destroyed behind her as she's walking. Outside of that, but again, we were with her. We were with her the whole time. So we didn't have a scene of scientists injecting rage into a monkey, you know, and then hippies like releasing it. We don't have any origin stories. So I really dug that because I think it made, what was that one song? The song about the screens, like where they're talking about technology, Human Voice, right? Where they're in the boat, like Anna and John and what's her face and what's his face were all in the bowling alley where, like, you know, Anna's dad, homeboy's Nana and girlfriend and everyone were like at the school.
Mm-hmm.
And they were realizing that this is happening in their country. And like there are people who are outside the quarantine zone, like taking selfies with the zombies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And they like have this revelation that they've been forgotten about. You know, like this happened. A lot of people got out. They didn't. And what happens next? And like who to talk to? They're just like doom scrolling through all of this other stuff, and they have this song about a human voice and like wanting to connect with their family. And when I first watched this movie, least favorite song. When I watched it recently, it hit totally different, and I think it's because of the pandemic and doing like all the Zoom stuff. I was like, okay, no, now it seems a little different.
Well, I was going to say that too. Like, I got emotional several times during this movie.
Yeah.
Like, it was good. I'm saying it was not just good as in a good time or good music, but it actually was like a legitimately good movie. Like I said, I cried several times. I was like, this is really good. Like, you're getting me. You're getting me. I'm good. No, I thought it was a fantastic, just overall, it was just very well done. For all the people, I applaud you for doing it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I also really dug it. Yeah, and then there's when they. Where was I going? Human voice.
To Publix.
Human voice. They leave. They hide under a
The
pool,
pool.
an inflatable pool. Yeah, and they think they're about to like battle a bunch of zombies, and then homeboy shows up. The
Oh,
falsetto dude.
the attractive kid.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
shouldn't say that because they were all very attractive, but
Yeah, Nick.
the
Nick
the
was
one
his
that
name.
was the obvious attractive person.
Yeah, her kind of ex. He was also like the bully,
Yeah,
and he
he
was
wasn't a very
trash.
nice
And
guy.
yeah, people talked trash about him, and like it got weird because she was like, because her and him had a little thing, and yeah, they come in, they like knock out a bunch of zombies, and then they're like, "We'll help you get to the school," and they're kind of like, "Where's your dad? Isn't he like in the military? Is nobody coming to save us? Like we gotta get out of here, right?" And
Oh yeah, but his dad bailed, right? Or left him
no.
behind.
Well, that's what he had said when they
Oh,
were
is
like,
that
"Where's
not
your
what
dad?" And
happened?
he's like, "He's doing like special military stuff, duh." But he had revealed later in the school that he killed his dad. His dad was bit.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, his dad got bitten. Oh, that part made me cry. It made me tear up a bit because he said that his dad, and it wasn't that he had to kill his dad, it's that his dad told him to man up and do something of value and kill him. Like his dad was like,
Oh,
"You kill me." Like
how did I
it'll be
miss
the
that part? Maybe I was eating pie.
maybe.
I did
Maybe
eat
it
a
was
piece of
after.
pie.
Yeah, like when we meet Nick and his friends. I don't know his friends' names. I don't know if they have names.
Probably not. They seem
Yeah, his
secondary.
little
Who cares?
posse. They go and they're like, "Oh, to like get to the school faster, we got to cut through like this building here, which is like spooky and full of
Zombies.
it's definitely full of zombies. It's always going to be full of zombies. Anytime you take a shortcut, full of zombies.
Zombies.
And but it also has a bunch of like red herrings, like different like statues.
Mm-hmm.
And so, or I guess this wouldn't be red herrings, but like, things that are deceptive. Very much like a zombie could be in plain sight, but it
Yeah.
kind of disarms you. And they were. And his friends get turned in the process. And
Okay, I obviously missed that whole section. What was I
yeah,
doing? Because
you
I
did.
got I I don't know. Whatever. I was obviously doing something. Probably eating pie. Like I said, I'm not joking. I think it's pie.
Just
Because I
eating
know
some
for a fact I
pie.
had pie.
His
And I
friends turned into
remember,
zombies, yeah, like
yeah,
in the Christmas tree bits.
yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, and he sees them and he like you can tell that he's like, "Oh no." Like the worst has happened.
Well, I
And
think because I was gonna say the part that got me was John dying was like horrible.
I loved that he died though. I loved it.
Well, I mean, I
I mean,
wouldn't
it
say I
sucked for
loved
sure
it.
because they were like having like a playful thing. I did though. I was like, good because I need stakes. Like if he didn't die, then like it would have felt like too safe of a movie.
Oh yeah, because you're killing off all these secondary characters. You're like, man, like his posse.
Yeah,
Eh.
like his posse, it's like whatever. Like that means something to him. Like it means something to Nick, but like we don't know them. They just showed up with shopping carts and baseball bats.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any verses in any of the songs. They were his backup singers. Like,
Strictly backup.
yeah. So like when they turn, it's just like, okay, like sucks for Nick, but like the rest of us can move on. And they leave. Anna and John are having like a moment, doing the same reoccurring bit about naming like Santa's reindeer, and he raises his arms out in victory. He gets bit in the hand, and then like, oh, okay, I guess I did get a little teary because he had saved her,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought that was great for his character.
Well, I also thought how I think that was the first time I got emotional, because it was like, yes, he sacrificed himself for her, but it was also like the realization for Anna, and it really felt this way in a weird way. Like, this is one of the first zombie apocalypse movies that really made you, or for me anyway, it made me realize how alone these people are. Like, there is nobody coming to save you. Like, this is it. And if you don't survive this, if your friends don't survive, like, you're like, what do you have left? It's just horrible. And then of course, to get her to keep going, because honestly she was falling apart, but it was like, your dad, dude, like, remember your dad's still out there. And she's like, oh shit, yeah. And then she
Yeah,
starts
like
kicking
Steph's
ass.
like, we gotta go because like, you know, your dad's still alive.
Yeah. Spoilers. He got bit.
Yeah, I also dug that. I was like, damn.
I mean, I was just, at that point, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, yay for the principal getting killed, but oh, god dang it.
Yeah, it's also kind of a bummer. Like, I'm sure that's like super traumatizing for Anna because, you know, like at the end, like her and Nick and Steph are the survivors,
Mm-hmm.
and they're driving away. We don't know if they make it out because, like, when at the night of the bowling alley, the parts of their town or country or city are being bombed because, like, you know, they've quarantined the area and they're dropping bombs.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, to kill
dropping nukes on different areas or on different parts of the like infected areas. So I like because they're definitely on a time crunch. Like, not only do they need to go get, you know, their loved ones, but they need to get the fuck out of here because nobody's coming for them and they've got to leave. And when, you know, like, you know, John dies on the way, the two lovers,
Oh, that was sad too.
yeah, Lisa and oh goodness, Lisa and Chris, I want to say.
Maybe.
Lisa and Chris.
Yeah, I think it was Chris. That sounds right.
Yeah, and they were so adorable.
They were. I was also very confused about who was or was not, or maybe anybody was gay.
They were just European, John.
I know, but I really thought John was. And I thought there was a moment in The Balls where, which sounds weird if you haven't seen the movie.
When those two were gonna like make out.
Yeah, I really did. I was like, oh, this is gonna be it, because it's like apocalypse time, girl. Get your groove on.
Yeah, and he got real defensive over Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, yes. I was like, he's like, why would you even do that? Which,
Don't
please
even
pick
joke
better
about them.
choices in divas, please. I mean, come on. I know
They're
you guys are
young.
kids, but
They're
no.
young. They bring up Rihanna, Beyonce, and Miley Cyrus next. They're youths.
Oh yeah, because they were saying like
Mary Shadkill.
Mary Shad Kill, and they were asking the lesbian about that, and she was saying she'd marry Beyonce, and they're like, well, that means you
Why
kill
would-
Rihanna, and she's like, wait a minute, what? Like, why would you
didn't say
assume I don't
that,
want to
but
have
they're like,
sex with her?
obviously.
They never resolved that either, because I really wanted to know. Oh, she wanted to have sex with Rihanna? Which, I mean,
But it was zombie Rihanna, zombie Beyonce.
oh, was it really?
Zombie Miley, yeah.
Oh, I didn't get that part.
Yeah. And she was like, isn't that a little appropriate? And he's like, answer the question.
I'm sorry, but I wouldn't want to marry any of those people.
No.
I wouldn't want to. I mean, I'm also gay, so I don't know. I wouldn't want to have sex with any of them either. But I don't want to kill them. I don't want to do any of those activities with any of those people. What a weird thing to think about. I know it's a game, but I wouldn't do that with any of those people.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for those three.
I mean,
I don't think I know them well enough.
No, I mean, I don't think...
I don't know about them well enough.
I think the only one that I know anything about, as a person, would be Miley Cyrus. Because Rihanna, I just don't know much about because I don't really follow her. I mean, I think she does good things, I think.
Yeah, I think I saw, an episode of, Punk'd or something Punk'd where her friend accidentally the ruse was that she had accidentally given a homeless person a $50 bill instead of a $5 or a $10 or something, and they went back to ask for it back, and the guy had said something about being down on his luck and why would you ever try to do something like that and take the money back or whatever and argue about it. And Rihanna was like, you know what, you're right, never mind. And she was like, come on, I'll don't worry about it, I got it. But then now then her friend had to ramp it up and be an asshole because now it's no longer a prank and Rihanna's just being a good person. and I was like, I don't know anything else about her.
Well, so, I mean, I don't want to be whatever about that or go further with it, sort of, but I also kind of want to say, if you're wealthy enough to have $100 bill laying around, I think you're okay with just giving that $100 bill to a homeless person. Why would that be such a big issue?
It was her friend who had given the money. Maybe her friend...
Well, even that,
has bills to pay. Maybe her friend works in a coffee shop.
Well, okay. I mean,
and
sure.
That was her electric bill. That was money to
put into a money order for
her
electric. I get you. I follow you. But Rihanna could just give that girl a $100 bill. I mean, I know that you need to earn your own way in life. And
that's what she was trying to do, John. That's what
I'm
she was
just saying.
Can we just go? I'll give you the money.
I'm just saying. No, I know that's what happened in the end, but I'm saying, why wouldn't that be I don't know. Because if I had money, if I was a person that had money like that would not even be I wouldn't be one of those people that, I don't know how to explain that. I don't want to say that I would want people to take advantage of me because I wouldn't. If it was something stupid, you want me to buy you a car and I don't hardly know you or you're my sister. No, I'm not going to do that. But you're my sister. I'm sorry. That's true though. I wouldn't buy my sister a car. But I'm saying something like that, just a simple thing that's not a big deal.
It wasn't her money. I don't know why I'm defending this prank. I didn't think it was a good prank in general. It was an easy prank for a wealthy person to get off on. But that's why her friend had to ramp it up.
I just think it's funny in general.
I'm pretty sure they canceled the prank early. I don't even watch prank shows. I don't know why I saw this.
No, I mean...
years ago. I probably could also be misremembering it.
This is our public
You're going to have to cut this out, too.
I am not cutting out this because I don't want to find it. I'm not cutting out our Publix rant either. We are just going on tangents like crazy. Anyway, zombies.
Back to the zombies. Back to them being alone in the world. Back to Anna's trauma. Because she drives away. They all wanted to go back, but it was mostly Anna going back for her father. Because other people were like, we gotta go. And she's like, I'm not leaving here without my dad. And they're like, okay, well, we kind of need to stick together, so I guess we're helping you. And
that is kind of shitty.
All the people die.
Oh,
or their loved ones
sad.
Die. Yeah, except for Steph probably had the least attachment to anyone. I know she dug Chris because they were filming stuff together, but she also asked him to help her film the thing very awkwardly. That kind of just showed that like she didn't have a good relationship with anybody there.
Yeah.
You know?
She was like the
So,
loner.
like, and her parents were in Mexico. And as far as we know, it's only in Scotland.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, wasn't that, it was on the radio or something that it was a global thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And then Anna asked at one point, like, do you think Paris is like already taken down or whatever? And the lesbian girl was like, she's like, French people would never let that happen. And I was like, yeah, I could see that. Let's just try to have a zombie apocalypse in Paris and see what happens. Like, it's just not going to work. You're going to be like, oh, hell no. We are not doing this today.
That's funny. I missed that part.
Yeah. Now, apparently there was 3 different cuts of this movie. There is I guess, a theatrical one for overseas, one that we got that was a few minutes shorter, and then there's a director's cut that was 103 minutes.
Ooh, I'd watch that.
So it had like 10 extra minutes or something. I only read this because I was looking up the soundtrack because I was like, I wonder if this is on vinyl, because you know me, I'm obsessed. And it was, and it has a bonus track if you get the vinyl for a song that was cut from the movie.
What song was it?
I don't remember, but it was probably good. I thought about that. I was like, maybe I could get this on vinyl. Good. You know, I could listen to this maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm always weird. Upbeat. I'm weird about musicals, like soundtracks to musicals, sort of. It depends on what they are. Because sometimes I feel like it only works in the context of the movie. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it works both ways, where it's like, I enjoy this and I can listen to this outside of this.
Yeah, like some, well, that's because some musical songs are only there to move the plot forward.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't really have anything other than that which is the vessel of the song.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like Good Morning Baltimore, which isn't my favorite Hairspray song. No. But it's like a whole song about Baltimore instead of, I can't think of another Hairspray song to relate it to.
Well, I mean, for me, like if I was going to listen to Hairspray outside of the movie, it would be Baltimore Crabs. Mm-hmm. For sure. I mean, especially the Michelle Pfeiffer. Yes, please. Give me all of that. That's fine. There was one other song I liked from that I was like, it was in my Oh, I know what it was. Hello, fucking best song in the whole musical. What? Oh my God, I'm blanking.
You Can't Stop the Beat?
Queen Latifah.
Big Blonde and Beautiful?
No, the good song.
Oh, the one where they're singing.
I Know Where I've Been.
They're down the street.
Girl,
also, I stopped the one where they're singing, which was not helpful.
What?
I said the one where they're singing,
and
I paused in my sentence. I was going to say singing in the street, but you had finished, and it sounded like I was an idiot.
The one where they're singing. Yes, yeah. That one. The one where they're singing. Oh my God, I love that song. That's a brilliant song, and that works outside of the musical for sure. Like that's on my top-rated playlist that it pops up randomly. Like
I really like a Lady's Choice, the song that Zac Efron is singing at the prom. But there's a full version of it on the soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack had a lot of stuff on it that was not in the film.
Or at least not entirely in the film.
Not entirely. And also, we're talking about a different movie, but just a fun fact that I liked. They recorded the soundtrack first, and then when they were filming the movie, they did perform it live. So that's why the Baltimore Crabs version on the disc, or the soundtrack, is different than the one that's in the movie. Like Michelle Pfeiffer does that fantastic falsetto thing on the soundtrack, but she doesn't do it in the movie. I was kind of disappointed a little bit, but at the same time, I don't really care because I wasn't disappointed.
Like, I'm fine with like a complete soundtrack that's treated like a soundtrack. You know, like sometimes I get bothered. Like, Little Shop of Horrors, one of my all-time favorite films, has the song where Audrey 2 is trying to convince Seymour to feed him blood and to find like a body, like because like the blood from his fingertips is no longer enough and like it has to be human. And there's like a little scene in the middle of the song where the dentist and Audrey come rolling up on the motorcycle, and the dentist is insulting Audrey and he slaps her, and it's like, you know, God, what a scatterbrain, and he slaps her and like whatever, and he's like falls off the motorcycle, bah, and like they go inside, and then like the song pitches back up because it was a heated moment, and Seymour decides that like, you know, like that guy deserves to die.
Yeah.
You know, but I always hated how the music drops and it plays that scene and then it goes back into it. But I guess it doesn't really work without it.
Do you mean on the soundtrack or
on the soundtrack?
Oh, yeah. Yes. No, I agree. I think, and this is a fun topic in general, because I feel like a lot of the times soundtracks to these kinds of things can be tricky, because you never know exactly what people are going to want and what they're not going to want, if that makes sense. Like, it's easy for you to cut something out because you think it's unimportant, like for the song structure, but then for a nerd, it's like, why'd you cut that out? And my best example for this is Ursula from Little Mermaid. The version in the film obviously is longer because there's a little more dialogue involved, but they cut it down for the soundtrack version, and it pisses me off, to be honest, because I'm like, she says some of the best lines right there. Like, why are you cutting that? I want to lip sync to that as a gay man. Like, that is part of the process, people.
You could probably get like a theatrical cut.
No, I do. Song. I mean, good. Hello.
Right.
You're talking to me.
But,
but
yeah, but there's still dialogue in the song, even in the soundtrack.
No, even in the soundtrack.
Song.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to include it, just include the whole thing. Don't cut it out, because
I think it's fine.
Like, what does she say? No, she says there's a line specifically that she says that they cut out. Like,
it's right before it cuts back to "Have we got a deal?"
Have we got a deal? What if I say, I'll never see my father and sister again? Yes, but you'll have your man. And
life's full of tough choices.
Isn't it? That's where she cuts. That's where, because she says like something there, like, isn't it? She says something right after that, and I can't think of what it is. And then she resumes the song. You have your looks, your pretty face, and don't underestimate the importance of body language. Ha!
Ha!
The men out there don't like a lot of blabber. They think, anyway. God, I fucking love it. Yeah. I love it.
It's the best song of the whole movie.
It's so fucking good.
Easily.
And that's what I'm saying. Don't cut the shit. Don't cut the dialogue. Don't cut anything out. Zip, zilch. She says something like that. Zip. Oh, yes, what is she? Does. But that's cut out on the soundtrack. Anyway, not the point. Everybody knows what I'm talking about because everybody listens to the same things. And they have the same complaint.
I think you'd be perfectly safe getting this soundtrack.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine.
There's like no chatter in the songs.
That's true. Yeah, they're pretty straightforward songs. And I think they were good songs. Like, I was kind of like, oh, okay, I dig this. I like this song.
Yeah.
Like, even as a song, like, I was like, yeah, I could bump this.
There's one song.
Am I right?
This is going to be something that you would normally complain about, but I'm complaining about it right now.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's a song in the trailer. I also sent you the trailer after I sent you the...
I was wondering why you sent me the trailer, because I was like, I already watched the movie. Like, did you...
Yeah, because I wanted to talk about this. To talk about this. So I didn't give you enough time. I know. I sent both these things like 30 minutes before we recorded.
And I've been doing 8 million things today. Like I said, I haven't eaten today. Yeah. So I'm dying right now. Like, I need to eat.
In the trailer, the trailer also looks so very different from what the movie actually is. And I was pumped from the trailer. I was like, yes. You know,
but you don't watch trailers. Why did you do that?
Because Because back in 2017 or maybe 2016, before it came out, I had heard about this movie and I was like, where can I watch it? Where can I watch it? Where can I watch it? And they and when it went to premiere, it premiered at a film festival, Fantastic Fest. And I was like, yeah, like that's not here.
Of course not.
And I was pretty upset, and I was like, okay, festivals are out. Like, I'm going to give it 3 months. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So I had nothing but the trailer to watch. And so they were like, there was a green band trailer and a red band trailer. But in both trailers was, and if people don't know what a green band and red band is, those are the different
ratings.
Yeah, like the green...
for general audience.
This movie trailer has been approved for all like ages or whatever. A red
Boring.
one, red ones don't get played as much because a lot of theaters try to be more family friendly. But
I'm sorry, but if you're on a rated R movie, those kids shouldn't even be in there. So put that red band.
Right, you can only play them in rated R movies. But I've worked at theaters that were still like, we don't do red band.
Oh, God,
and I think it is because they don't want to mess up. Like imagine a Deadpool trailer on like an X-Men movie.
I mean,
and X-Men's PG-13.
It's
Deadpool
Fight Club.
wasn't.
Put a big dick in it. I mean, splice it in there.
Oh, and the Red Band trailer didn't it have the penis in it?
What?
Yeah, it had like violence. It had an F word. It had F word. Like Deadpool went hard on the Red Band trailer.
Oh, I thought you meant this movie had a penis in it and I missed it. And I was like, excuse me?
No.
I was like, that pie was not that good.
Yeah. So Anna and the Apocalypse had a green band trailer and a red band trailer. And I was like pumped about that. I was like, they even did the red band trailer. Which not all movies do. And so there's a song that is very, it's got such hard Christmas vibes. It's almost like a child chorus or a chorus of elves or something, and they're singing like with like the like jingle bells or something behind
Sleigh
them.
bells.
Like, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive.
Oh, that's the bonus track on the vinyl, I think.
That song still gets stuck in my head, and I've only heard it in the trailer. They did play like the score of it when John was dying. And I was like, where is that other song?
That's funny.
Yeah. And then they played like a somber version of What a Time to Be Alive while Anna was sobbing over John.
I think that's the bonus track. I'm trying to look it up here.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to hit up this vinyl.
Yeah, it's only on the vinyl though.
Yeah.
And the Apocalypse.
Yeah, I see it. There's like a What a Time to Be Alive, and then a What a Time to Be Alive, the orchestral version.
Yes,
that's right. That's John's death.
Let me check that's the vinyl you're looking at?
Oh, I'm looking at the soundtrack.
Okay. Oh, never mind. It's not that one. It's the deleted song "Which Side Are You On" is featured only on the vinyl release and the director's cut of the movie. And another deleted song
was the festival version.
Yeah. No, I think it was only released. I think it was just on home media,
on the Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. Another deleted song, "Some Things Will Never Change," is present in the bonus features of the Blu-ray release.
Interesting.
But I think the Blu-ray, if I read correctly, might only be over a region 2. Like it's not for us.
No, it's not for us.
But I have an all-region player, so if you ever buy it, you can watch it on my player. Just so you know.
Come over and watch it.
I can bring the Blu-ray player to you. I hardly ever use it. I mean, I bought it for literally one movie.
Player.
What?
I thought it was your primary player.
No, I have 2. It's hysterical too because they're exactly the same. That's why I bought the all region that was exactly the same as mine, because I was like, well, I know it works. It's literally the same.
Oh, Nope. It was released in a region-free 2-disc Blu-ray in 2019.
Oh, get it, girl.
It includes the director's cut.
Get it, girl. Look at us shopping while we're podcasting. We're good. I need to put that vinyl on my wish list, by the way, now that I'm thinking about it. So anyway, was there anything else you wanted to say about the movie before we
No, I dug it.
Wrap it?
Dug it. I mean, probably, but we'll probably get into a Publix rant or something.
Oh God. Yeah, let's not do that. So what would you rate this one?
Ooh, probably a 7, I think.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say I would be about the same as 7. Yeah.
Right on. What would you recommend?
Oh, geez. God, of course I knew that was coming.
Why are you surprised every time?
I don't know. Let me think here. Nope, I just clicked the wrong thing. I'm trying to shop at the same time.
This guy.
Get the phone away. I'm trying to look at the soundtrack. This one's a tough one.
All right, so I've got 2.
Okay, go with yours first.
I'm gonna go with mine first. I'm gonna give you some time to. You know what? I've got 2 plus an episode.
Okay.
So I think out the gate, if you like this movie, you would like Shaun of the Dead. I think that is like a very easily. It's a very light horror comedy with zombies that still has gore and still takes itself seriously.
It's very good too.
Yeah, I also
That's the Simon Pegg one, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I like that one.
And I also think that if you want like a sci-fi musical that's also very light, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer's Once More with Feeling.
Oh yeah,
I
that one's
don't think you
good.
need to see the rest of the series to watch.
No, you don't.
But if you want like a solid horror musical that you don't know what to expect from, never mind. I'm gonna butcher this title. The Happiness of the Katakuri's. Katakuri's?
What? What is that?
It's a surreal like horror comedy, that has like musical bits and dance numbers.
Wow, I don't.
And there's puppetry and like claymation type bits.
What?
Yeah, I think you would like it.
I probably
much
would.
like I thought you would like We Are Little Zombies. Also a solid movie.
Is that the Japanese one?
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Actually, both are Japanese.
I didn't get to finish that one.
We Are Little Zombies and the Happiness of.
But it was very good. Oh, I just had my recommendation in my head and I just lost it because I was thinking about that movie.
I don't have any more to recommend.
I know, you're out of time, John. You're out of time.
Yeah, I've recommended 3.
And John still can't figure out what his was. No, I just had it. You were talking about. Oh, I know what it was. And it's completely random, and it's not horror. And it
doesn't have to be.
It's just because it's so bizarre. And it does include musical bits, sort of. It's freaking weird. I'm going to say the saddest music in the world. Which...
I thought you were going to say something else. I thought you were straight up going to recommend House or House.
Oh, no. The saddest music in the world. I normally wouldn't recommend this movie. Because it's just... The guy that directed it, I don't really care for his movies. I think he's kind of like, I don't understand why everybody loves him as much as they do, including Criterion. Like, why? Why do you like this? That one was the only one that I felt worked as a movie. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense, which it probably doesn't. But if you've seen them, then you know what I mean. But I think it's Guy Maddin is the director, but he's just freaking insane. And if most of his movies feel like you've made them on your iPhone and you didn't really have any direction of what you were doing. But The Saddest Music in the World actually kind of worked. And it was about a singing competition where they're trying to determine who would win for the saddest music in the world. But my favorite thing about this movie, and since nobody's going to go see this movie, they're not going to actually follow up on my recommendation, but just Google it or something so you can see Isabella Rossellini plays this character who lost her legs in a horrible car accident. And this guy that was like, I think he was responsible for it. I really don't remember, but he basically replaced her legs with glass legs filled with beer. And it was my favorite thing I've ever. I was like, she is dancing up on a stage, like with beer legs. And I'm talking like they filmed the bottom half, so you just see these two legs kind of like moving ridiculously. And then they show the top, and she's like having a great time dancing. It's so good. Oh, God. I mean, that's the best thing ever, beer legs. I mean, come on. What other movie is going to have beer legs in it? None. Unless I make one. And that's better than that one.
You're going to have beer legs.
Fantastic.
Seems like it would be very smelly over time.
I mean, I would hope that you would take them off and drink the beer and then replace it.
Like Das Boot.
Das Boot, yes.
Das Leg.
Didn't we share one of those once?
Yeah.
I feel like we did. Yeah.
You had it. You got it for your birthday.
I have the boot. It's in my cabinet. I have the actual boot that we consumed out of.
That place that was down the street from
Dunderbox,
where I used to live.
Mr. Dunderbox. Girl, that place. We just mentioned that the other day because I'm so hungry. Let's not get into it.
We should probably wrap this up so you can eat. Do you know what we're doing next week?
Oh shit! It's my turn. I completely forgot about that. No, I have no clue.
Okay, so when you edit out the Publix bit and
Girl, I'm not doing any of that. I will not edit in what I'm doing. It'll be a surprise for the kids. It's a surprise movie, and it's a surprise for Ashley too, because she has no idea.
It's the truth. Alrighty, well then.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Oh, wait. Like, subscribe, review, onefootpodcast@gmail.com if you have any recommendations, suggestions, comments, concerns, feedback. You can also follow us on Instagram at onefootpodcast, on Twitter, and we also have a Facebook.
Do it.
Bye.
Beer legs.